This playthrough is rated M for mature.
Greetings and salutations, viewers. Vauldemare back here with another episode of Our World is Ended. In the last episode, Sakai gave us the time to escape, but unfortunately he himself did not, or at least as far as we know, we can't. He's probably dead, and we must go on without him. And the fact that he's died, we've resolved ourselves to fight Lab 13, and we're making a plan. Hopefully it'll get started, so let's continue on. Now, the only issue I have with the fact that he may or may not be dead as a plot point, you know, I obviously haven't played it, so I don't know how far it's going, but the fact that the game has a point system, and you can even check on the bar how far you are with someone, like a ranking are, and the fact that W.O.R.L.D is still on there and hasn't been taken off or whatever, makes me think that he's going to come back in some form or fashion. So I almost wish that that was not a thing you could see till maybe you beat the game once, and then you can unlock like the ratings thing to see like where you're at with the companions for, like, I guess their endings or paths or whatever, if that's how it's working, because then it almost basically ruins the plot, the moment, like, you know, like, oh, Yuna could have died, well, she was on your top thing, you know, she wasn't gonna die, you know, same with any of the other characters. So it's like mechanics versus story, kind of like ruins the mood. So I mean, we'll see what happens, but I mean, that's done with. That's the case. Like I said, it should be one of those things that unlocks after you beat the game, so that way you can then go, okay, now I can know where I'm at with the character or something like that. But anyway, let's just continue on. Let's see where we go. The Reiji North hacking begins right after we finish the meeting. 4 hours pass and it's now bright outside. I went out to the store and got lots of choco bars. Tatiana's fuel. I learned apparently today that bats are pollinators, and that if you like chocolate, then they actually do, at least in certain South America and southern United States, they do that for like chocolate plants. So I thought that was neat. I don't know how it had anything to do with this other than the chocolate candy bar. But anyway, back at the office, I find Tatiana using her handheld PC. No one else is here, but they're probably doing the work they said they would. Normally, Tatiana's half asleep when it's just 9 in the evening, but this night, she didn't even nap. She probably feels that she has to work twice as hard to make up for the lack of a worry-sign, but I hope she doesn't overdo it. Hope she doesn't get diabetes from shoving chocolate in her bar, like, to keep her energy up. Tatiana, why not rest for a bit? Yeah, it needs some orange juice instead of just straight chocolate. Oh, fine, I'm still full of energy. You're full of energy, huh? What, are you drinking Red Bulls? Tatiana responds to me without even looking at me. She's too focused on her hacking. All I can do is watch over her. A short while later, Tatiana collapsed on the desk. It didn't work again. This guy's program doesn't make any sense. You think they would have discussed that, like working, trying to figure it out, but whatever. Looks like hacking Reiji North is hard even for Tatiana's world-famous brain. Her brain! I'm aware that the base of the security program was coded by a Wari-san at the request of Yuri-san. Reiji North's own programmers worked on it too, so it surely has some of the best security in the country. But I won't give up. I hit to stop bubbling in Lab 13. If I can't handle security this week, he'll really abandon me. Bubble only really needs my ability as a programmer. Tatiana makes a conflicted face. Uh-oh, soul selection. We gotta cheer her up, dog. How are we gonna do this? He's family, he won't abandon you, that's not true, then let's break through. Let's break on through to the other side. Yo! So I'm trying to do the yell without actually yelling. And yeah, I'm not gonna, I told you folks, I'm not gonna answer, I'm just gonna fail all of them. I know there's probably not achievement, because they're always achievement for doing 20, but I just wanna keep this gravy train rolling. Seeing Tatiana's sad face leaves me speechless. I'll do my best. Papa will go back to normal if I just work hard enough that he sees it. That almost sounds like denial, dude. Then I'll be a good girl. He'll pet me his lots. She talks as if to convince herself. Seeing her like this makes me unable to stay quiet. It's fine, Tatiana. Yuri-san is your father. Even if he can't program, he won't abandon his family. But he kind of did. I mean, yeah, he couldn't stop. He didn't do the bomb, and he couldn't log us out because of a Wari-san, but he still didn't, like, he didn't have a super emotion about it, you know. I say that to cheer her up a bit, but it just makes her look more gloomy. No, Papa and I aren't the real family. What? Papa's adopted daughter. I'm not the real parent and child. Yeah, I had a feeling that was the case. What, you guys didn't know that? Nah, there's just something about it that just didn't seem straightforward. Her confession shocks me. This one time when I was helping them, I got bored and let the data locked under security. If it had personal information, all the research is working north. Papa's and mine's too, and She falls silent for a moment. I guess she found out that she's adopted through the data. Does Yuri-san know that you found out? He doesn't. I never said anyone that I never said anyone? You mean told anyone? Ding, that is so that info. Tatiana shakes her head. But I still love Papa. Let's. It doesn't matter if we're not blood related. Family's where the heart is, I guess. But I don't think that Papa feels the same way. I'm sure he'll abandon me if I don't make good programs. Like maybe adopted you because you were a Wunderkind or something like that. If I can't break through the security, he probably won't see me as a valuable daughter anymore. Tatiana. That's not true. He won't abandon you. He kind of did. Why are you so certain? You don't understand anything. She shouts at me with tears in her eyes. Yeah, she's just emotional. Just grin and bear it. You heard what he said when he found out that the bomb may kill us. Oh! That's how he really feels. To him, I'm just an asset that makes good programs. All that he wants from me is my ability. Well, in a socialist world, that would be perfect, but, well, socialism isn't perfect, now is it? We're connected not by blood, by programs. Well, that's an interesting way to put it. That's why it works so hard to make good programs and have us see me as his family. Probably because their dad's such a scientist-minded guy that would be the only way to interact with each other. If I don't, he's not going to pet my head. I'll be a bad girl, not worth of head pets. Tatiana clenches her teeth and holds back her tears. Holding back the tears. The relationship is only supported by programs? Is that really true, though? Yes. Even after hearing Yuri-san's words, I don't feel like he wants from her is her I don't feel like all he wants from her is programming ability. When we first met, he tackled me because he thought I was about to have my way to Tatiana. I still remember how he looked at her sleeping face. And I just think that Yuri-san actually loves her. No. In fact, his love is so great that he completely ruins his cool, handsome middle-aged man atmosphere. Also, Yuri-san must have adopted her when Tatiana was so young that she can't even remember it, which is surely before she showed her talent for programming. I don't know, I've heard you can kind of, there's like tests and stuff like that you can do to figure out like general intelligence of a child to see how responsive they are and how easily they pick up on things, you know, so I'm just saying. That means they definitely didn't adopt her because she was a genius. However, it doesn't feel like those words will reach her if I say them now. All I can do is watch as she keeps typing away. I assume if maybe you had a higher rank with her, maybe there would be a different scene. But then again, she's like number 3 on the thing. Or maybe if I told the right thing, but oh well. Tatiana continued to work without rest. She went at it with demonic vigor, and I just fed her chocolate bars while praying for her success. The sun set again, but she came to work regardless. Before I know it, 24 hours have passed since we began fighting Reich North security. Dude, she needs a nap after this. A major nap. Judgment 7 Office, Dev Room, August 14, 2017, Monday, 10:04 p.m. Just keep doing it, dog. Iruka-san, Asano-san, Yuna-san, and Natsumi-san are all worriedly watching Tatiana work. We can all tell that she's close to her limit. She doesn't even eat the chocolate bars in her mouth, and her typing speed has slowed down so much that even I'm faster than her. Every now and then her head drops a little. She's falling asleep. No, passing out. Even so, she continues coding. Her eyes are glazed over, and it feels like even she doesn't know what she's doing anymore. I think they said the human body can not sleep for, I think it's 3 days, and then you die because of, I forgot what the exact reason why you die from lack of sleep. Like it's either something your brain or your body like kills itself because it's not getting the proper recuperation or something like that. So I mean, she could last a little bit longer, but obviously at this point her brain's about to be fried. Tatiana, stop! Please stop! That's just enough. Stop it! Unable to watch this, Natsumi says that to Tatiana. It's fine, Papa. I'll do something. I'm your daughter. Tatiana rambles deliriously. She clearly doesn't know what she's doing anymore. Seeing her like this is too much for Natsumi-san. You'll die at this rate. She grabs Tatiana's hands and forcefully stops her. Exclamation point! Tatiana jumps a bit, then looks at Natsumi-san with lifeless eyes. Natsumi. Natsumi, why did Sky die? We're both programmers, so I should have been the one to die. Dude, you're too young, dude. You know, usually that's the other way around. If the young people die, the old people go, I'm the older generation, I should have died first, you know. I mean, he could have taken care of this security in no time. There's no point in me being here. So if I died instead of him, then... Slap. Dude, she's like 10! I think you should not slap 10-year-olds. Maybe spank them, but... Natsumi, you're kind of a bitch. I get why you're doing this, but you're still a bitch. A dry sound resounds throughout the dev room. I assume she didn't slap her that hard. Natsumi-san just hit Tatiana's cheek. You're making me mad. Well, fuck you. Her voice is quivering, but there's no anger in it. It feels more like she's about to break down crying. You don't assault a kid just because you're angry, dude. Natsumi, I can't do this anymore. I just can't. Sorry, everyone. I gotta do the Chewbacca voice. Unable to hold it back, Tatiana starts crying. World famous brain, Russia's hidden treasure. What's a joke? I'm no match for Sakai. I'm completely useless. I just don't know what to do anymore. Tatiana laments her helplessness, but there's nothing we can do either. No one can bring themselves to tell Tatiana to continue. We all know that Tatiana says she can't, and that is the limit. Send it to the limit. Send it to the limit. Come on, for hopeful gods. Ooh, the hopeful gods. How about for hopeful gods? Sorry, Tanya. I can't do anything for you. Can't do anything for you, son. Gonna have to kill you. You worked hard. Don't push yourself anymore. Yeah, you did good, Tatiana. You fought for so long, even though we don't have Sakai. I'm satisfied with the set. Yeah, hell, I'd say that we're the ones who can't do anything. Sorry for making you do all the hard work. Seriously. But I didn't find the route we could use to connect to Koshik. It was all meaningless. What a meek whisper. She's not wrong about that, though. We can't fight Lab 13 like this. Looks like we can't do anything without Owari-san. Despair and a sense of powerlessness overwhelms us, and just as we're on the verge of defeat. Come on, is this supposed to be like this? And this? Like this? Oh, this is supposed to be... Okay. Someone's hand suddenly reaches for behind Tatiana and starts typing. The monitor then says the access was successful. Hacking is like taking off a girl's panties. It's supposed to be nonchalant, soft yet passionate. How many times do I have to tell you that? I'm a child, so I can't understand something that's perverted. Yeah, stop talking, you perv. No way. Owari-san! Oh no, he's alive. Who would have thought? Jesus Christ, game. Anyway, yeah, were you surprised? I was surprised. I turned around to see the one and only Owari-san. He's a ghost now. Why are you here? Why are you alive? Are you a ghost? A zombie? Or is this a smart reality augmentation? Oh yeah, they could have flashed before. I don't know. Whatever. Owari-san's sudden appearance making Sana-san panic. Did you really think that was enough to kill me? I'm not a ghost. See, I have both of these legs and even my third. He places his hand on his trousers. Stop, you perv. Wow, really? You know, the whole fact it was sad they died really broke away really quickly. Huh. Do you really care about him at all? Sana-san punches him, makes him throw his head backwards. Looks like he's a real deal. Ha. Hey, if you were alive, then say it, damn it. Whoa, my phone was out of battery. Man, that was troublesome. Seeing his grin makes me drop my shoulders. We all feel relieved to see him again. Sakai. Iruka-san stands before him and hands him his helmet like NWG. This is... It flew over us when Cafe X exploded. It was all broken when we arrived back at the base, and now thanks to Iruka-san's repairs, it's almost as good as new. The cracks are fixed and the torn cords are replaced, along with all the other lost parts. As you can see, I prepared your NWG. Come play with us again. Of course. Moved, Owari-san takes his goggles. I really thought you were dead. You're an absolute madman. No! Overwhelmed, Iruka-san clings to Owari-san. Sorry for worrying you all. Sorry for worrying you are. You mean you all? Ding. They're best friends, and Iruka-san was really shocked by his death. No one can fault him for reacting like this. Though their embrace doesn't make for the most pretty picture. I'm quite sure even Yoko-san would be into this. At first, we're glad to see the best friends have the reunion, but it's quickly becoming awkward. Sakai! Hey, Iruka, you're clinging too hard. I'm dying here. Guys, help me out here, will ya? Even Owari-san himself grins wryly and asks for our help. We calm down Iruka-san and tear him away from Owari-san. So how'd you survive the explosion, though? After Ruka-san is back to his usual self, Awari-san tells us everything that happened. Maybe he got knocked out and got taken to the hospital or something like that. According to him, after diving into the New World, he infiltrated Raikon's security program in just 30 minutes. However, it was an upgraded version of the Ori perverted security program that Awari-san made at Yuri-san's request, the same program that rewrites itself in real time. Because of this, Awari-san ended up repeatedly hacking it while the program rewrote itself over and over. Due to this, even if you unlock the cafe exit door, the program rewrote itself and lock it again. That meant that we couldn't escape it if we returned to the real world. That's why he had to stay there and continue hacking to keep the door open for us. That was the reason why he sent me those messages. You were going to sacrifice yourself so we could escape? Well, originally I planned to escape too, but my program is tougher than I thought. He chuckles awkwardly. But that's weird. After we escaped the cafe exit and you came back to the real world, the door was locked, right? Then how did you escape? Sky, did you become a wall-passing man? Sadly, no. If I was, I'd be sneaking into women's baths all day, every day. You look seriously sad about that. Anyway, before Cafe Exit blew up, a hidden staircase opened up on its own. It led to an underground corridor, and I escaped through it. The Deus Ex corridor? A hidden staircase. Why did something like that appear out of nowhere? I can only guess that someone helped me. That secret path and Akashic's line were managed by different networks, so I couldn't see it from the New World. It doesn't look like he knows the details. Did the secret exit open up because of some escape program? Whatever the case, it saved him, and I'm really glad. After we talked about the situation, Awari-san looked at our faces again. Anyway, I can tell that you're trying to do just by what you're trying to do just by looking at your faces. I have a question. What should I do? Give me an order. Awari-san's face is full of confidence. He's the one who usually drags us around. Now he understands us without having to say a word. Man, what a reliable guy. As well as being perverted. So, yep, that was pretty short-lived. I don't know, maybe you're expected to take a break after a chapter and come back into it another day like a book, but... Unisan's holding a plate of onigiri while I'm carrying a pot of pork miso soup. We both bring those things to the dev room. Emergency food. Unisan speaks to all the working members. After Awari-san came back to us, we started preparing for battle. Unisan gives out the onigiri to each of the members while I give out bowls of soup. First was Awari-san, who's hacking Raiken North. Hang in there, Awari-san. Have some pork miso soup. Oh, that's a big help. I feel like a quick food break. Awari-san eats the onigiri and drinks the soup. How's the hacking going? Hacking? I was pretty much done with that at dawn. It was harder than I expected, but Tachinka was the one who broke through most of it. There's another wall left, but I don't want them to notice us yet, so we're breaking that one right before the operation. Right now, I'm optimizing the W.O.R.L.D program to let it work even in the Akashic server. We should be able to start the operation tonight. I see. Keep up the good work. Satisfied to go to another desk. Aruka-san's. Aruka-san, here's some pork miso soup. All right, I'll have it. He takes the bowl and starts slurping it. Warm and delicious. I look at the words lined up on his screen. What are you doing? I'm glad you asked, my disciple. I'm writing the one-liners for the battles in the virtual world. Honestly, it doesn't seem necessary, but excited about it, so I won't say anything. We are the 7 warriors descending upon the virtual world. Judgement 7. The time has come to shower the evil. I leave into his passionate check on Asano-san. Here, support me some soup for your hard work. Oh, thanks. My hands are full, so just leave it there. Asano-san has all her NWGs. She's holding a screwdriver in hand. Asano-san, what are you doing? It wouldn't be good if any loose screws made from the NWGs fall during the operation, right? I'm doing maintenance. This is about all I can do to help. Leave it to me. Makes more sense than Aruka-san's work on the one-liners. However, there's a problem. Asano-san is really saddening and unfortunate individual. At the very least, she doesn't have the dexterity for this. Not only that, but she's a genius at destroying machines. That's obvious just by looking at how many keys her keyboard is missing. I'll tighten this one and... Huh? Why'd it come out? Screw. The part just came off. It's hard to tell if she's doing maintenance or just dismantling the thing. Oni-chan, give me a moment. I'll help you after I clean up in the kitchen. Well, if Unisan's involved, I don't think we'll end up with the disassembled goggles that we can't use with operation. Relieved, I go to Tatiana. Beep, 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 beep. She's sitting in her chair and having a nap. She was hacking for 24 hours in a row, or 20 hours in a row yesterday. The exhaustion must have been immense. Also, she is busy improving and adding new functions to debugging until just a moment ago. She has to be in the best state for the operation, so it's best to let her have her nap. I'll leave some soup for her and move on to Natsumi-san. Thanks, Reiji. Leave it here. Natsumi-san is drawing something on paper. It looks like a costume. What's this? Yeah. Ah, don't freak out too badly. She jumps and covers the paper with her hands. Sorry, was it something I wasn't supposed to see? No, it just surprised me. She bashfully moves her hands away. These are the designs for the costumes we wore for the final battle. Yes, I know we don't really need this, but it's a matter of sentiment. I just want to be emotionally prepared for the final battle. The enemy is probably really strong, so I think I need to be too. You guys act like this is an RPG or something like that. I'm being stupid, aren't I? Yes. Yes, you are. You've never apologized for what you said back in a few chapters ago either. She acts self-derisive. Not at all. Don't you remember what Rain-san said? In the virtual world, phenomena are affected by the strength of emotions. When you consider that, Aruka-san's one-layer's writing might be for this very purpose. I feel a bit guilty for thinking he's doing something useless. I see. Wait, no, thanks, Reiji. That gives me some confidence. No need to thank me. You just helped me realize I should be emotionally prepared for the battle, too. Regardless how this ends, this will be the finale, so let's do our best to not have any regrets. Of course! As she assumes drawing, I leave the soup on her desk and walk away. That concludes my job of bringing food to them, and I think of what to do next. Now that I think about it, I still don't know all that much about Reina Ichinose-san. If we're going to save her virtual personality, I might as well come to know her better, but she's dead. Whatever. That's why I decided to play the only game she ever worked on, Synchro Drive. I sat at my desk and downloaded on my smartphone. I wanted to find out what kind of game the crew was making when she was around. We all prepare for the final battle by getting lost in what we feel we must do. Cool. Sounds productive. Nah, I'm just... Judgment 7 Office Roof, August 15, 2017, Tuesday, 9 p.m. On the roof of the Summit. That night, after we're done with preparations, we gather on the roof. Why are we even here? We're all ready, so we can go straight to the new world. Why are we here? Are we on the roof to have a massive orgy before we go into the final battle? God, I hope not. Find out next time in the next episode of Our World Has Ended. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.